Hi y'all, Shannon from Northeast Ohio here. I'm going to give you a garden tour today, a full garden tour, and talk a little bit about what I did off camera and how things are proceeding. It looks like I might be harvesting broccoli in the next couple days, so let's go. Alright, as you guys can see here, the beans are looking good. They're starting to get their next set of leaves on them. That's good. The birds haven't stolen too many more of them. I mean, you see there's 3 right there that the birds took all the leaves from. There's another 2 over there. And there's one right here. But that's why I planted a lot. I kind of figured I'd probably lose some. But the sunflowers are doing good. This one's gotten really big. I mean, it's almost 5 inches tall now. Ants. I had to get them off before they start bringing the aphids. We'll see. But the tomatoes, I still got this one here. Well, there's 2 plants here in here. I'm going to separate them, and I'll plant one here and one here. I'm not really too worried about these yellow leaves down here. I'm going to break those off anyways. But what I'm doing here with these, I even got the Romas planted down here. And the 2 surprise ones that I bought are down here too. I'm going to put a stake here, 1 stake here, 1 stake here, a stake here, and a stake here. Another stake there, 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 and there. Alright, and then I'm going to put stakes there, 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 and 1 more down there, and the same on this side, the same amount. And I'm going to weave these up, alright, and then when the vines get tall enough, I'm going to bring them across. And the stakes that are over here is just to hold the lines that are going to come across the top of the beans. I'll probably do it about the same height those ones are. Those are about 4 feet. And then I'll have strings going across like this, back and forth. And then I'll just lay the vines across the top of the strings. And the tomatoes will help give the beans a little bit of shade, but not much, because I'm going to not let them get super bushy, because I did plant them close together. And then we're going to vine them all together this way. So I think that's going to work. That's my plan, but we'll see. I got some more squash plants coming up over here. This is a weed. A very, very persistent weed. And Another squash there. Look, another persistent weed. And you gotta get it all, or it's just gonna keep coming back. And this tomato here is gonna take up these two spots here, because there's two in there. And these squash plants are starting to get their first true leaves on them, so that's exciting. And they're looking pretty big, so I'm thinking they like it over here. And this right here is damaged from where the seed was stuck on the leaves. But that's alright. Alright, y'all. Right in here, I had planted okra. Just like I had planted okra in between the kale and stuff. I had another row of okra right here. Well, wouldn't you know it, I got one that shot up all the way out here. I didn't plant that one there. And over here by the tomato, that one and that one came up. So I'm assuming I actually planted 3 rows outside of just this one row. I have 1, 2, and 3. Because I kind of forgot how many okra rows I had. But this is where all the mold damage happened, the majority of it. So none of my okra seeds really came up in here except for those 2. And that one way out there that I did not plant over there. But it's alright. I got a lot of other okra growing anyways. And y'all, the peas, hold on, let's get over here. The peas are still doing good. Now, I got pea pods coming on just about every single one of my plants. This one here is the biggest one I've seen so far, but this one little plant got 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, there's one more, 5 pea pods on it. This plant here got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and more flowers coming. So I'm hoping that when it starts really heating up, that I at least get a nice size harvest before they die out. But now these are different peas than the ones I have planted over here. These are Baker Creek seeds, and these are seeds that I bought from the I believe I bought these ones from Walmart. I don't remember the brand or the name of them. They're just peas. But the carrots are doing good. I still gotta thin these out though. Like this clump, I ain't come in here. But most of these are pretty thinned out, and they're getting quite big. Let's see, this one's back here is a little too, as you can see, they're starting to put little carrots on. So, and these tomatoes are getting huge, all these volunteers. My peanuts, the peanuts are doing good, y'all. Doing real good. These are the 2 that I planted first. And then I planted these ones all later. But I think it was a 2-week difference in between the plantings. So, good. Mold damage. This tomato here is doing good, but it's a volunteer. The leeks are doing good. A lot of them are starting to get pretty big. I want to say this one here and that one there are going to probably be my biggest ones. They look like they're getting pretty close to being like a half an inch around. Onions, same thing. Some of them are getting really big, others aren't, but that's because they all weren't the same size when I put them in. So they're all going to grow at different rates. But they're all looking good. All the volunteer tomatoes in with the onions are doing good. Oh, and the volunteer cabbage. I don't even know how it got there. But it's doing good itself. All the okras, they're doing good. Doing good. And the yellowing is from them not having enough water. Because it's really sandy and I don't always get out here and water like I should. I try, but it doesn't happen. The red romaine here, it's getting big. It's liking all the water, all the rain that we've had, so. But it looks like I might take it down here in the next week or two. I'm not sure, we'll see. I have been harvesting it and feeding it to my iguana. She likes it. I mean, it was just the outer leaves because we haven't had very much of anything to truly eat ourselves. Alright, got some kale down here. Now this kale, because there's one right there, one there, one here. That's actually 2 plants. And there's a big one here and here. Now this kale washed down from the outside part here. It washed all the way down because the sand didn't hold it in place, so the seeds floated and moved. That's not even all the kale, because right there's another one. It's all starting to pop up, so this is how I know where all my seeds went. And there's another one there. I didn't plant that there. That floated there because the sand didn't hold the seeds in place. This cabbage is looking good. It looks like it's starting to want to put a head on, so that's nice. Volunteer tomato. I gotta pull the grass, I know. I have been. That pepper is gonna go right there. I just haven't got it in the ground yet. These peppers are doing good. All the little shoots on this pepper here are you see, yeah, you see them. They're getting bigger, so I'll be able to take these leaves off here shortly once these actually start coming on more. These peppers here were already outside, so the damage to them is, I have no idea why they look like this. They were already in direct sunlight at the store, so I don't know, it almost looks like that's the leaves, because even kind of the new leaves have it, so I don't know. But that one's not like that, at least not all the leaves. But the spinach is good. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to harvest some of these bigger leaves. the celery. The celery's doing good. I mean, it's starting to look like celery at least. I mean, that's all I can ask for, I guess. These cabbages, same thing. Starting to look like they're putting the heads on in them. So, I mean, this spinach is even looking good down here. Starting to get nice and big. Now, this broccoli. Yeah, the broccoli is sending out little side shoots already. If you look down in here, you see another little side shoot right there. So I'm thinking, because this one's still pretty tight, I think I'm going to come in here, I'm going to take them. Now, I've let this go too far. Don't let your broccoli do this. You see how it's starting to separate? That's getting ready to flower. Probably in the next week, it will be starting to flower. But, I mean, it has gotten a little bigger because it has separated a little bit. But, I mean, as you can see down through here, even on all the, I mean, as you see right here, that's going to be another broccoli shoot. That's going to be a side shoot. That's a side shoot, which it didn't get very big. But it might still grow a little bit. I mean, like this one's even starting to separate. So, looks like we might be having broccoli tonight. The potatoes, these are the purple ones here. As you see, they got flowers on them. I did dust these. That's what the white stuff is. I dusted them because I seen some black beetles on them, and they were starting to eat holes in my leaves. So I just dusted them, and I haven't seen them back yet. So I haven't wanted to come back out after the rain because right here's some of the damage. And oh no, I thought that was a beetle, but yeah, that's some of the damage from the beetles. But this one here, this is what I wanted to show you. Sorry. That is the potato flower. It still got to open up, but that is the potato flower. So, I only got one more month until all this starts dying back, and once it's dead and on the ground, that's when we dig them. But they're looking good. I ain't had too much more mold damage. This one and this one I pre-dug. That's why they look sad. They're probably going to die. See? Mold damage from this morning when I came out to look at it. These ones I've been waiting and finally got flowers. Alright, so that looks like they're all going to be harvested at the same time. Like these bottom leaves, just because these turn yellow doesn't mean it's time to harvest your potatoes. This more likely means that they want more water. Because potatoes do love water, but they don't like to be sopping wet. Because that's what helps your potatoes put on size, is the water. So if you neglect to water your potatoes, they won't get very big compared to if it rains constantly and they get big. So I don't see any more flower shoots just on that one so far. But me and my sister did this. I had a bunch of potatoes right here that didn't come up. And there's one there. I dug it out from up front. I think it was about here. I dug it out and I put it back there. Which it didn't do very much anything. So we're just going to leave that one go. It'll do something eventually. If not, then we'll just throw it. But this is all cabbage. That's red cabbage back there. This is just green acre cabbage, I believe. And I don't know what melons these are. My sister brought them down. I told her I wanted to plant them out back, but she brought them down, planted them here. She said they'll be good. We could vine them in the rows, in between the rows of potatoes. Ugh, getting tongue-tied now. But oh, I walked right by the kiwis. I still haven't gotten these in the ground, but the kiwi is a viner. Some are trees, some are like bushes, and some are viners. So when you get your kiwis, especially us up here in the north, we gotta make sure they're hardy kiwis. But if you live down south or something, make sure you check whether or not they're a tree variety, a bush variety, or a vine variety. Just make sure you know, because I didn't know this was a viner. Did not know. And it got really leggy on me. And I'm like, oh my God. And because I thought it was supposed to be a tree. And no, it was a viner. So I'm glad I didn't cut it. But it's going to go, this one is going to get planted right there. Like almost right underneath the fence, so I can vine it up the fence here. So, and then this one is going to go right there and vine up the fence, and then I'm going to just let them take over the fence. I don't know how well. I'm kind of hoping that they don't vine up into the pin oak. I might have to cut them and keep them out of that, but I don't want that to happen. I don't know how much these things like to vine, so first time. Yay. All right. Look at that pretty pink rose. It looks so beautiful. This one's about dead. Almost ready to start deadheading them. And deadheading is where you just pop it off and it'll send out new buds. Like right here. I don't know the name of this little bush here, but it's got pretty pink and red and yellow flowers on it. I got another one over there. Hopefully this one will be blue this year and not green. I gave it some fertilizer. This looks all sad, but that's because all of its winter leaves are dying. It's getting ready to put on new summer leaves. Right there. Summer leaf. These are burned because I purposely set it out here. It would took forever for all these leaves to die off for the new ones to come. Alright. We got everything in the front here. Oh, nope. We forgot the rhubarb over there. But the rhubarb and a yellow rose. Alright, y'all. We're back here at the first garden. This was the first garden I put in. I planted a whole bunch of squash. I mean, not squash, but melons over here. And I finally see there's one there. And I lost the other one. Right there, see, there's one. I finally am starting to see seedlings pop up through here. I planted this whole thing right here with melons. So, maybe. If only those ones right there are the ones that survive and come, then we're good. We're good. The garbage can lid. Grab that. Alright. This spot, and that spot there are where we planted some winter and summer vining squash plants. So they'll probably be up here in next that's a snail. Sorry, y'all. It's a snail. At least the shell, I don't know if he's alive in there. But there's a snail. Let's see. Hold on 1 minute, guys. No. I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, there we go. Nope. There was just dirt in there, so that one's dead. But I don't see any more. Alright. But these will probably be up probably by next garden tour. Walk over here to where we got volunteers. I found two more pumpkins or whatever. These are some sort of squash plants. I'm thinking they're pumpkins, but we'll see. Because, but even the Hubbard gourd the seeds kind of look like that. But we'll see. This thing is getting big. It's already got some flowers on it. So we're going to let this thing do its job. And I got these really weird funguses growing down here. It's always cool. These ones are different than the ones I had last year. That's old. Right here's some fresher looking ones, I guess. But that's cool. That means the soil's good. Well, at least what they're going to be picking up out of the soil is good. Yeah, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all spaced good, far enough apart, so they'll do fine. Just like that. I mean, so I'm kind of happy about that. Me and my sister found these guys on Memorial Day. And this is where we planted the blackberry at. Was right here. So hopefully it'll start looking happy, which I think it already got some new growth coming out on the tops of these. So I'm assuming it's happy. Which it already buried. It already put off fruit. These are, what's left of the little fruit stalks. So I'm thinking that it's done. I don't think it fruit again. But I know I didn't show you all this earlier, but, well, in the last garden tours, but right here, neighbor got some trash. Right here are, damn cleavers. Sorry, y'all, for cussing. But right here's my asparagus. I planted it 3 years ago. It still looks sad. So, I don't know if it's the soil, because, it's sand, or what, but we're going to fix that problem, because I got some asparagus from asparagus seeds from Baker Creek. Alright, here's my this is a black cap raspberries. And they're just now putting on flowers. Hold on, let me see. They're just now putting on flowers, so they'll be blooming probably within the next few days, and then they'll start putting fruit on. This thing here is nasty. It's poisonous. I forgot what it's called, but it's a poisonous plant. Alright, so I shot off this long vine, so I threw it through the crotch of the tree here. The squirrels so far have left it alone. They weren't happy with me last year when I did it. And I thought they were going to chew it in half. But and it's a viner, so it also will just like kill your plants. It needs something to climb up, so you got to make sure you get rid of it before it flowers and seeds, or you're going to be dealing with it next year. But, and I got another one right there. This is sumac. We've been fighting with that. We're going to dig this up, because that's kind of the only way you can deal with it, or you're going to be chasing it all around your yard. But